Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Pretty Aggressive. My name's Julia. I run Pretty Aggressive Recovery Coaching. I help people learn how to thrive in this life because simply surviving is bullshit. Today's episode is really important. It's about fluid acceptance. So this is one of the main foundation pillars of recovery that I've designed and written about in my book Beyond Damage. This is available on Amazon.com and Amazon.ca and all the other Amazons around the world, UK, NZ, all of them. And recently released is now Parenting Beyond Your Damage, which you can also find online in a paperback workbook. So Parenting Beyond Your Damage, aka How to Not Fuck Up Your Kids, is a workbook that I've designed that takes you through unit by unit the pillars of recovery that I've designed to help people break the transgenerational abuse cycle in their own family and apply it to their parenting. It walks people through the latest research and science in how the brain develops and how trauma and abuse affects our minds. And it walks people through gaining insight on how they were raised, who they are now, and then how to build tools in order to break or correct or change that cycle in their own family legacy. You should really check it out if you've got kids and you've been raised with abuse or trauma or adverse childhood experiences. You will get so much out of it. If you are looking for that on ebook, it should be up in a couple days. If you can't wait, contact me directly and I would be happy to get you a copy before it's even released on Amazon. And I've got the cat joining me. We'll see how this goes. So, fluid acceptance is one of the most difficult to communicate, and it's been one of the most difficult to apply in my own life. But it's one of the most important and should carry through all of your other pillars of recovery, coping mechanisms, and tools and skills for building resiliency in your life. Now, fluid acceptance is a concept that I created because I was finding a really difficult time applying the age-old Eastern philosophy of simply acceptance. Even radical acceptance was difficult for me in order to build, transform, change, or move forward in my own life. One of the hardest things I found about the basic concept of acceptance was that it left me feeling extremely powerless. Powerless for change, powerless to transform, powerless for movement. And even though the deep concepts of we are constantly in the present, even as we move forward moment to moment, our human psyche and our brain and our reality doesn't work like that. We often find ourselves living in the past and living in the future, and it is a skill to be able to meditatively bring ourselves into a present moment. But as we are working through recovery and attempting to release our past and attempting to not have anxieties or doom and gloom about our futures, it is very important to integrate an understanding of those and realize how much power we have over both. So fluid acceptance is a concept that really allowed me to gain an understanding of that power. That not only are our memories able to change, we are able to change how we feel about our memories, and that is what changes them. And then as we accept who we are now, to still have a section of our reality understand that who we are now does not determine who we will be in every moment to moment in front of us. And again, with our past, that who we were does not need to determine who we are going to be in this moment. This is having a fuller understanding of not living in black and white, who we are, who we were, who we're going to be. This is about living in a gray zone. This is fluidity, that not everything about our past makes a definitive reality about who we are, and not everything we're doing in this moment means that we're creating a definitive reality in front of us. This also has a lot to do with creating fluid acceptance about the things going on around us. And I'll give you an example. This happens with myself, and I see it a lot with my clients. So as people express a hardship or someone's going through a current struggle, we often have a really bad habit of piling on our past struggles and then designing our future struggles before they even happen. So as I have a client come to me and say, and now I have a broken ankle, and before that it was a toothache and expensive dental work, and then the month before that I had a close friend die, and the month before that I got cheated on by a narcissist I was in a relationship with, and before that I had a terrible childhood. And they wrap that all in to their present pain. And then from that, they create a vision of their future. And what is going on here is, even though they've made, or they're creating the acceptance of where they're at, they've decided that this is. And the role of fluid acceptance is to simply look at this is right now. But that doesn't determine what will be. It doesn't have to. And it's also looking at all of these pieces before are only adding up to where you're at because you've decided, based on a confirmation bias, that those are linked. This is a very common tactic that people a little either way into or beginning to get attached with the woo-woo of spirituality make the mistake of, is they ask, what is the universe trying to teach me? What am I supposed to be learning? I've been rejected here and lost my job, and then I broke my ankle, and then COVID happened and my dog died. What is the universe trying to tell me? What is my assignment? What is my lesson? And they believe that a select group of instances that they've cherry-picked out of their past is creating what they are struggling with and attempting to find and make certain in their future. But what a lot of people need to realize is sometimes the universe is fucking busy and she's not telling you shit. That what you've created in your mind is some sort of lesson or some sort of path or pattern that you've decided connect, that you have decided, you have thought up, and you have created thoughts and emotions connected to, and decided that what is happening right now is based on these past events that you've cherry-picked, and will create future events that you cannot yet see, that you are supposed to be living through. You've decided all of this. You've created this. And the fluidity and the gray zone that you get to make into your bitch is understanding that you can change how you feel and how you think about those past events. And you can decide what you're going to do in the future based on those events. And the acceptance of right now is that those do or don't have to matter, and that does or doesn't have to happen based on you. It's not this is right now. It's not this is what I have to accept. It is this is what I'm accepting, and I choose. I choose what is coming forward, and I choose what is happening next. Some of us find it very frightening and scary that the universe might not be paying attention, might not be doing anything for us. Some people really need to feel like someone else has created the world around them. But your best resiliency and coping mechanism for life is to recognize and realize that you choose the message. You choose the lesson. You decide what all of this was and what all of this means, who you're going to be right now, and what you're going to do about it. It's not for the universe to dictate and decide and tell you and teach you and offer you or give you. You get to choose and decide. This is fluid acceptance. This is making your reality your bitch. All of your thoughts create your reality. That is fluid acceptance. That's today's lesson. So I hope you were able to get something out of that. And again, my name is Julia, and I run Pretty Aggressive Recovery Coaching. You can reach me at prettyaggressive.net. You can find me on Instagram at prettyaggressive_official, and the same on Facebook. And again, Beyond Damage, right side up in your reality, is available on amazon.com and .ca. And again, if you are a parent and you are looking to end the transgenerational abuse cycle of trauma and abuse in your family legacy, check out Parenting Beyond Your Damage, aka How to Not Fuck Up Your Kids. Also, you can find me co-hosting #EnlightenedBitches, which is a podcast run by my girlfriend and I. You can find it on Spotify and Google. Again, that is #EnlightenedBitches. Over and out. Hope everyone has a great weekend. Put out into the world what you wish to see.